What if I told you that a 20-year-old girl started using crochet as a therapy while facing a high tumor? And now she turned it into her life project and has her very own brand. What if I told you that this girl is me? Yes, I'm Antonia, now 22 years old, and the founder and designer of the crochet and knitwear brand Bad Stitches. Hi baddies, this is my first ever YouTube video nobody asked for. And now I'm here talking to you, taking you on my journey, how I started crocheting, how I turned it into a brand, how I can call myself a fashion designer now without any university degree. I never studied 6 months. I never studied. Everything is self-taught and the right mindset to it. So let's dive right into it. So to make it very structured, I love structure. I'm chaotic, but I love structure. I splitted this video in different topics. So the first topic is my background story. How did I started to crochet and why? The second one is starting a brand. Third one is owning a brand. And 4, the right mindset. 5, my goals and what to expect on my YouTube channel. I'm excited. So first of all, I am just 22 years old. This is my experience, my know-how. There is no right or wrong. I can also do mistakes, but I'm very confident in myself and what I do. And this is why I want to share my experience. I want to document my whole journey because so many people keep saying like, oh my God, this is so interesting what you do. This is not normal. Why you don't show more insights about it? And I was like, yeah, actually this is very interesting. Why I don't do it? So I'm here doing it now. So I'm very happy that you clicked on this video. Give it a like and follow me to never miss something because I am funny and I'm smart. And I know you can learn something. And by the way, I call this crochet and yap. So I just continue crocheting my project while I'm yapping. First of all, my background story. This story is very personal for everyone who's new here. It is very personal. There might be some trigger warnings about mental health and disease, but I just gonna start this. So if you're interested in this whole topic, I will do a separate video just with this story time because I think this is a lot of information and very deep. You will understand, but I try to keep it short and simple right now. How did I started to crochet and why? I was 19 years old and I just finished school. This hook is way too big for this. I did my A-levels. I did an internship about 9 weeks and it was summer. I was 19 years old. I was like, oh my God, who am I? I want to do something. I want to learn something. And I did an internship in the music industry, mostly in the management part. So it was stressful and was a lot. But yeah, I was happy. I loved this. But I did one vacation. I wasn't allowed to do it during my internship, but I did it. Anyways, I was in Spain and I came back and I had a muscle pull. But this muscle pull was hurting. It was a lot. But after 3 days, it just disappeared. So I was like, okay, fine. 2 weeks later, it came back on the other leg. Yeah, my muscle pull was on my leg. It came back in my other leg. I was like, that's weird. But actually, it was okay, but it was even worse, but still okay. But I started to have issues with walking. And this looked embarrassing. I was 19, like nobody understood why I couldn't walk properly. Then, mid of September, it was my birthday. I turned 20 years old and I got very sick. So I had fever. I was tired the whole time. I had a bad cough. My voice was crispy. And since then, it got worse. And this whole concept of having this pain for some days and then it just disappeared happened the whole time. And it was so bad because always when I had my doctor appointments, it was always during that 1 or 2 week when I had no issues or no symptoms. How was it possible to find something? And they did blood tests and everything, but it was always the same. You're young, you're a woman, it's normal to have inflammations in your blood. It's normal that you are always a little bit sick. Maybe you're just stressed, blah, 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 blah. Keep looking. If it gets worse, just come back. Yeah, it got worse. I always came back. this took me this whole year. And then 1 or 2 days before Christmas, my whole foot went numb. It was swollen. I couldn't move it. I couldn't feel it. I could step on it. So I couldn't walk. And I woke up at night because it was so painful that I cried, went to my mom and was like, we have to go to the hospital now because it's so worse. And I was so convinced that my foot was broken, and it wasn't. It was just something in my foot that, yeah, I couldn't understand it. I didn't understand. And during that time, I also had little strokes. I had loss of memories, like in general, and also with words. I forgot words the whole time. So this was also part of the stroke. I didn't know that this was strokes. My fingers went blue. So many weird things. So my whole system was off. And then they just gave me painkillers the whole time. And were like, yeah, you're stressed. Chill. Like, do something relaxed. And then I went to this one doctor, and he told me, yeah, this is just your imagination. It's just in your head. This is not real. You're just stressed. This is a burnout. And when you're 20 years old, just finished school, and you're down to start your life, and somebody tells you you have a burnout and this is not real, you start to believe that. And I was like, okay, now I am just sick. I have a disease, but it's my mental health. So I was depressed. I wasn't able to do anything. I had no motivation. I don't wanted to go out anymore. I stopped going out. And literally, I said to my parents, I will stop going out because I can't plan on anything, because I don't have any fun and I can't enjoy going out or seeing my friends or doing fun things. For real. It was so bad. I was like, okay, what should I do now? And I just laid in bed the whole day. I was watching Netflix, and I'm a creative person, and I've always been a creative person. And this was the worst. It was worse than lockdown during the pandemic, like, because then you was with your family, you still could do things, but I just could lay in my bed and was like, I need a new hobby I can do out of my bed. And now it started. So I saw a picture on Pinterest, and I was like, this is my top. I want to have this top. I love this top. It was crocheted. And I called my sister. I was like, I think I know what we can do. And I was like, let's crochet this top. But I can't crochet, but I will learn how to crochet. My sister came for one weekend to my home, and we watched every YouTube video, every crochet tutorial that exists on YouTube. It was beginning of 2023. We watched every video, all Karens, all grandmas, every weird person who were just doing these crochet tutorials. I saw this crochet tutorial and I crocheted it. So I had my hooks, I had my yarn, I was so prepared. And we were into this crochet addiction, this whole obsession of I will crochet. I woke up, I started to crochet. And it is really so good for your mental health because you have physical time in your hands. You feel so productive, you feel successful very fast. So, yeah, I was happy. I felt joy for real. I crocheted everything. And at some point, I just posted it and people went crazy. I was like, wow. It was my private page. I didn't have any brand page. And people were like, oh my God, how did you do this? This is so cool. Can I buy it? I want to have this. Do you also sell these? Blah, 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 blah. I was like, wow, what the The thing is, my style was very unique from the beginning. So I knew, okay, this is made for me. This is my thing. And I will do it. I would just continue doing that. But so many people told me, do a brand, this is your thing, and blah, 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 blah. I was like, yeah, but how? So this wasn't in my head because I was still sick. And yeah, so what happened? I got my diagnosis, and my diagnosis was, you have a height tumor. So I was 20 years old, and they just found that I have a 4 centimeter height tumor. The diagnosis at first wasn't the height tumor, it's called myxoma. I will write it here. It was just like, there's something in your heart and has to be out. But this is why I will do a new video for this whole story, because it's a lot. I had to do a heart surgery, and I was in hospital. It was very serious. I had to, like, they prepared me for this. Long story short, I had this crazy surgery. I was in the hospital for almost 2 months, and then on top 6 weeks recovery. So yeah, I was shut down for 3 months, and this was the whole summer. Was my summer 2023. During that time, I was like, I need a reason to escape this. I need a reason for myself that I want to go out. I need a reason for myself to survive this surgery. And for me, it was like, okay, I have my purpose. I will do crochet and I make people happy with them feeling great in my clothes that are one of one, crocheted by myself, by my hands. Second, starting a brand. I started my brand in the hospital. I opened up an Instagram account, so I had to find a name. My name, Bad Stitches. But it is written with the 6 AD. So the 6 is the B of bad. Why? Because I knew I want to have a number in it and something with stitches. And I was like, okay, but the name has to make sense. 6 because I got 6 scars from the surgery. And stitches is also the word for scars and for crochet and knit. The name of the brand is literally the reason why the brand was founded, because of 6 bad stitches. So I had the name, I had an Instagram page, I had a logo, which is a knife. The knife is also the metaphor for the needle. I had to plan a shoot. I had to do my collection. I did my whole collection in the hospital. That's crazy. I had so much time. I had nothing to do. I was just in pain laying in bed. I was creating this whole collection. I planned the shooting. I planned my next steps. I had so many goals. I had so many visions. I couldn't sleep because I was so hyped of starting this whole thing, this whole project. I was so invested. I was like, wow, I'm gonna do this. Like when I'm out here, I can do this and this and this. Like you have to have the fire of starting a brand. It's not just because, oh yeah, I want to do something nice and maybe this could be cool. I was like, for me, I wasn't like, oh my God, now I have to work on it. It was just happening in my head the whole time because I was so invested. So I had this 3 months of locked in the hospital room, and I created this whole thing. And when I came out of the hospital and I did my recovery, we did this shooting. I posted my pictures on Instagram, and I had barely followers, but every follower was active. I had from the beginning 100 followers, then 200, 300. Every follower was active. Like it was such a crazy engagement because I was interacting with them. I was always saying thank you for the support. If someone is really there from the beginning, I send them some packages. I just started to build a connection with the people that are supporting me. And this is so important because then it starts to have an impact. Then I did very soon my first pop up, but it was my event. I was a featured designer, so I could just showcase some pieces of mine. So I had the real connection. Like I broke out of social media and I was talking to people, and they saw the pieces in real life and were like, oh my God, I want to wear this. I want to try this. I want to buy this. Yes. Then September 2023, I moved to Berlin. And this was the best decision I ever did. First, I lived in west of Germany. Also lovely. It's my home. I love it there. But I had to go out. I had to go out of my own comfort zone. I had to see more. I had to dive into the industry. So Berlin is the industry. It is so cliche, but it's so true. So I moved to Berlin and I started to connect. And very important, start your online shop so people really can buy and see this is serious. Register yourself, do the patent, have a concept, have a strategy, and find your way how to sell things and how to promote it. Number 3, owning a brand. And first of all, I'm also very new. This is just my steps to step thing, what I did and my way how I did it. So means connect, 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 connect. It is also so cliche, but it's so true. I think you say like make your network work for you. So basically, I started to connect with people. I started to connect with stylists, photographs, models. So people at some point literally started to reach out to me and ask like, hey, should we do a shooting? I want to model for you. I want to do the shooting. Or I am a stylist. Can I loan the pieces? And with all of that, you start to establish yourself and go out of your comfort zone, do the pop-ups, go on events, talk to people, do your own events. I did my first runway show in April 2024 in Vancouver, which was crazy. So with that, I also realized I need to be even more international. I have to be very present on social media to have a standing in the real world, which is crazy, but it's so true, because if you do things and people don't know, they don't know. You have to show what you are doing, because when you want to do things and you want to make a business out of it, why you're hiding it? Even though you always have to think like, if they would see it, they would like it. Oh yeah, then show them. So I started to take social media and the content very serious. All of a sudden, my videos went viral. I have one video which has 7 millions of views. Crazy. But the comments, crazy. 50% they love it and love icon. Other 50%, what is this? Where can you wear this? This is so bad. Social media, very important. Creating content, very important. Having your own concept, your own unique niche, your own unique visual aesthetic. When they see this thing, my couch and everything, they know it's me. Very important. Stay consistent. Don't post one time a month. You can do it, but then don't expect fast growth. With owning a brand, there are so many different ways and so many different approaches. But most important, establish yourself. Always have your goals you're working towards too. Know what you want to do, know what you don't want to do, because I do B2C only. I only sell my things online on my shop. I only do customs or pop ups, always direct to consumer. When I want to start working with stores, this is going to happen step by step, because I do everything by myself and everything is handmade. I can't do wholesale or anything. You have to be aware of these things. Use social media as an advantage. Use it for you and don't be like, yeah, but I don't get it. I don't like social media. It's so not real, blah, blah. Yeah, but this is real. Go with the time. Very important. Use trends, but create trends. Also very important. And mindset. Because I just started it to be like, okay, let's see what happens. And it's my passion. And it happened because of the demand. I mean, I would still crochet, but if there were no people who were asking me, oh, can I buy this? Or do you sell this? I wouldn't even think of creating a brand in a way, and trust the process. Don't expect the success in 2 days. Don't expect the success in a year that you're done, because it's always like, okay, yeah, now it's so stressful, but next month gonna be more chilled. No, the month on top gonna be even more stressed, because now you got better, you grow the whole time, you grow, you grow, you grow, and then maybe you got more requests, you got more jobs, you got more things to do, you have more ideas. Everything is just growing, so it's always stressful. Know how to cope with stress, know your routines, know your work life balance, and when to say no. So also kind of at the start, do what you got to do, but learn to say no to projects sometimes when you know it's too much. You can't do everything. So very important, the mindset, trust the process, trust yourself, and do it for you and not because people could like this and that. Stay authentic with your creativity. So yes, this is me telling you what to do. Psych. So this is me just starting to yap with you while I just finished my crochet hat. I will show you in a second, but this is so beautiful. Look at it, so cute. So what to expect on my YouTube channel? Me crocheting, showing you how to crochet, showing you my projects, and there's one project coming, maybe something with yarn. A lot of crochet tutorials actually. Also insights in my daily life, story time, my thoughts on something, my advice for something, my motivation for everything. And yeah, I'm so happy. Thank you for listening, and have fun with crochet and creating clothes and creating your art. Do you, and see you in my next video. Bye.